Hi Scorpio, welcome to Key Wisdom Tarot. My name is Ruth and I'm your Reiki Master and Tarot Reader. This is your general bi-weekly reading, Scorpio, from the dates of today, the 20th of September, or the 21st, which whenever I decide to put it up. Now I'm going to put it on the 20th. And between now and the 5th of October, the first three cards are going to relate to September and the second three cards are going to relate to the time in October. It's a general reading, so I try not to relate it to anything specifically. You can still view your September love readings along with the September astrology for the month and let me just move the camera a little bit. There we go. And the pick a card reading which I've already uploaded yesterday. So you can check those out if you want specific love advice and information, but we'll see what comes up. It could be anything, so let's just have a look, okay? The cards are now ready for you, darlings. This is your first one. The Six of Pentacles. That relates to the universal energy or what the universe is trying to teach you at this time, okay? The second card, it relates to what's coming towards you or your potential challenge in September or the end, toward the middle and the end of September. And then these three, they all mean the same in the same positions. These are just want to be clarifiers. I do read intuitively, so I will know when to put them out. Okay, so let's get started, my darlings. This is your first card, the Six of Pentacles. And this is what the universe wants you to learn at this time, okay? And it's about balance. It could be that you are putting way too much effort in at work and you are not getting that balance. It could, this is the universe wants you to achieve this balance. For those teachers out there, I'm an ex-teacher, my first year not teaching, woo-woo. And how hard this time of year is, and I know how hard this time of year is, and I'm shuddering. But yeah, have that balance. Try to maintain that balance. You've got to whatever arena you're in. If this relates to a relationship, this is about give and take. So, are you giving too much? Are you not receiving enough? These are the type of things you need to be thinking about and focusing on at this time, because this is Pentacle energy. Pentacle energy is related to the earth signs, Aries, Leo, Sag, but it's about things that have manifested. So it's things that are, and what we mean by manifested are things in the world. So you can see what's in front of you. You can see, is it the relationship? Is it the job? It could be work, because we relate this to work specifically. We can relate it to work specifically, but it might be in a relationship, in a family situation, in an experience. The universe is asking, is there balance? We want balance. We want that harmony. We want that wisdom, that understanding that comes with after we make those changes with number fives. We learn, okay, I understand why that was so difficult. I understand why I went through that. The wisdom that we get with the number six. So it's interesting that that's your first energy, because it's, as I said, it suggests that there is a lack of balance somewhere in your life. I don't know why I just did that, but I just did. This is your next card. What is coming toward you or your potential challenge? So this is a High Priestess, one of my favourites in the deck, number 2. And this is I love this card. It was quite a popular post, actually. It got about 20 likes. That's popular for me, for my Instagram, which I love. I get to see how many people see the posts, and it's a lot more than you get to see the analytics. So I'm always happy. It was a good post for me. Anyway, I digress, darlings. I love this card. Read the post that I did about the High Priestess on my Instagram or Facebook, Key Wisdom Tarot. But I love the energy of this card, and doing that work on the when I was doing the work and meditating on the card, the energies of this card, it is about, hello Tiny, it is about our inspiration. It is about, what do you want? Can you see him? He's just here, look. I'll get in a minute. You can come up. It's about, this is the curtain to the underworld, if you will, and she guards that. The underworld being the inner world, our intuitions, our intuition, our emotion, our inner knowing, our inner wisdom, the experiences of that are held within the collective consciousness. Come here, good boy. The experiences that are held within the collective consciousness, that are Tiny, you can't. He always does that. You can sit there. Sit like that. You can sit like that. Okay. The experiences that are within our collective consciousness that are... I can't do this with this dog on me. You sit like that. Sorry. I apologise, Scorpio. It's about your intuition, your inner knowing. And that guides us. You know, sometimes it can be so subtle. You know, when I said to you just then, oh, I moved this card, I don't know why I did that, I just did. You know, that's my intuition speaking to me. Now, I don't know why I did. Potentially because it's related to this card. I think it is now. I can feel that. You know, that they can be so subtle. Your intuition can be so subtle. So you've got to listen to it. You've got to try to listen to your intuition. You've got to try to listen to that emotion, how you're feeling. Yes, because, you know, the strength there, that's where your personal power is coming from, it seems like this month, Scorpio. You know, you are a water sign. So really, you know, the High Priestess, you know, she's linked to the moon. And again, that's your element as well, isn't it? You know, that going within, looking within, what's beneath the surface. You know, how am I feeling? Reflecting on that. How does that make up part of my perspective? You know, and doing that in a practical way. You know, looking at your life, looking at the ways in which your intuition has been necessary. He's trying to get a tennis ball. Has been responding. You know, it's interesting that we've got these two energies at such an important time. You know, this harvest moon on the 25th of September, in just a few days, this harvest moon's coming. And, you know, really your intuition should be fired. And sometimes our intuition leads us somewhere where we don't think we want to be, but it leads us exactly where we need to be, okay? So try to listen to that. Engage with it this month. Engage with it in this last part of September, okay? This card wants to now be... These cards coming out. You know, your intuition just... It's like a powerful thing. It really is. And you've got to learn to trust it. You know, I used to say... I used to question it. And I still do at times, you know. But I trust the universe. And I think I can't question it because... If you start cutting it off, if you stop listening to yourself, then in one area, then it happens that permeates all other areas. Okay. The next card we've got here is the Three of Pentacles, and this card in this position represents the outcome or the experience for you, in the rest of September. Now, I love this card as well. We've got two. Excuse me, my computer's just made a noise. Just bear with me a second. I'm just gonna... Tiny can entertain you. Don't do anything wrong, Tiny. You stay there. You stay. You're not gonna go by. Sorry about that, Scott. Oh, Tiny, look, he's sitting. He's sitting in chair. Can you see him? Oh, you can't see him. Anyway, he's there. Anyway, sorry, Scorpio. Okay, this has been the most disorganized reading of all time, but we're getting there. So, I love this card, the Three of Pentacles, and the reason I love this energy is because the third. If you've ever looked on the Tree of Life, you know the third Sephora on the Tree of Life is how you feel. The first one is the divine, whatever you believe that to be. The second one is the divine will to create, to manifest. And the third one is how do you feel after this manifestation? And so it's a card of cooperation. And not only cooperation, but divine intervention and guidance and help and intuition and promptings and the universe's input in your life and the ascended master's input in your life. The people that have gone before us, Jesus Christ and Buddha and all those people, okay? And your ancestors. Whatever you feel those things to be. And it's as if that is having a real... impact on your life currently, isn't it? Let's have a look at this card. This card's related to this. Tiny, you just go boy. Oh, look at that. So these are your outcomes. We've got cooperation, haven't we? We've got practical cooperation in ways that you can see, in ways that, because it's pentacles, in ways that you can see and recognize and that are manifested in this world. So this is the energy of outcomes of positive working together, positive relationships, positive home life, positive relationships at work, you know, people working together at work, people balance. I mean, look at these cards, you know, such balance and such harmony. This could be in your relationship as well. It could be that some of you are thinking about getting married, you know, you're thinking about marriage, you're thinking about making that next step in your commitment into your partner, because this is also the outcome or experience, and it's linked to this card here. It's the Four of Wands. Fours are about our foundations, you know, the structures in our life, okay? And this is, wand energy is about have I talked about wands yet? No. The things that we're passionate about, the things that we are drawn to, our inspirations, our creativity, okay? The things that give us life. The things that give us life, darling, okay? That's what the wand energy is all about. And moving toward that and having security in that, that's the Four of Wands in this reading for you guys. So it looks like a really positive end to this month. It looks like a really positive end to this month. But this card also wants to come up. Now, I don't know what it is, so we're gonna look. Oh, Eight of Wands. So more wand energy. So we've got tiny. We've got tiny here still. So we've got more wand energy. So we've got we've got more wand energy. You can probably see him. So we've got this card here, Eight of Wands. Haven't we, Tiny? Tiny doesn't like this card, do you, Tiny? No. Eight of Wands. Now this is about messages. It could be, if you're married, it can relate to marital discord, arguments, disagreements. But it's interesting because we've got such positive balanced cards, and reciprocity and cooperation and working together with people. It could be that if you're getting married, for example, if you're engaged now and you're getting married, and you're planning the wedding, for example, or you're planning a holiday or a trip or something like that, that could be causing a little bit of dramas. You know, you know what weddings are like, guest lists and all that stuff. Oh my word. I'm not even married and I know. I've got 8 brothers and sisters though, so most of them are, so I anyway. So yeah, Eight of Wands could also represent communication as well. Okay, there's a lot of wanting to come through for you, Scorpio. This is you though going into walking into October like the boss that you are. Yes, Scorpio, yes. And I've done a post on the Fours and the Emperor specifically on my channel, on my Instagram. Oh my God, Tiny, you just get down because you can't stay there. Say bye-bye. Bye-bye, everybody. Okay, good boy. You go lie down on bed. Here. There you go. Good boy. The Emperor, I love this energy. And I did a post about the Emperor as well. And what I learned about it was the fact that the reason the Emperor is the boss, the reason people listen to the Emperor, the reason people want to listen to the Emperor and respect the Emperor is because the Emperor has already looked within. The Emperor knows who he is. The Emperor knows his own, what's going on inside. The Emperor knows what he feels. The Emperor understands his structures because he's looked, he's excavated, and he's built and rebuilt. And that's why people respect the Emperor. So for you, look, we've got four. So we've got 2 4s here. So for you, you've obviously gone through some maybe some of you have had a spiritual awakening or you know, in that, you know, that way, you know. And this is interesting though, it's exciting. You should be feeling like the boss. The universe wants you to feel like a boss. The universe wants you to stand in your personal power in October. The universe wants you to recognise that the only reason you can do that is because of what you've been through, Scorpio, because of what you've already experienced. This card wants to clarify, yeah, I'm not surprised. This is clarifying the Emperor. You know, I'm not surprised because you've reached a point of enlightenment, some of you have literally, things have changed and in a way that's brought so much happiness to you and to those people in your life as well, the people that are around you. You know, it could have been that you've got out of a rut in your relationship, or you've changed jobs, and that movement in jobs has been something that's just really opened your eyes to, you know, what you want in life and the things that you want to go towards. Goodbye, Tiny. You won't tell her. You know, the things that you want to go towards. That is it's such a beautiful, abundant, happy, uplifting energy that I'm feeling when I and that's why I'm getting so excited, you know, because you can only be this if you've looked within. That's what the Emperor does. He's looked within. He's inward looking. You know, he's inward looking, and that's why he's respected, because he's done the work already, babe. He's done it. You've done it, Scorpio. So well done. Look, you've reached that enlightenment, and this brings happiness, joy. Ooh. So the focus for October is stand in your personal power, Stand in your personal power and know that it's a place you deserve to be because you've done the work. I'm going to say that, okay? This is your next card. This is your challenge, Scorpio. This is the Hanged Man, okay? You don't have to do anything now. You don't have to do anything now, Scorpio. You don't have to do anything if you don't want to. You can stay exactly where you are, looking at that enlightenment, gaining that wisdom. Because what did I just say? I mean, that's basically the sun over his head, isn't it? There. The reason we respect the Emperor is because the Emperor's already looked within and overcome these challenges. Oh, sorry, he wants to come back. Sit down then. That's why we can, good boy. That's why we can, I'm really annoying. That's why we can, yeah, stay there. That's why people respect the Emperor. So if you've not done that yet, this is a challenge. You know, your challenge is, you know, are we seeing things from the right perspective? You know, are you seeing things from the right perspective? Are you recognizing that your challenges brought you here? That your challenges made you the boss? That because of the things that have happened, no matter how difficult, no matter how challenging, because of become enlightened to the fact that because these things have happened, you are where you're at. Yeah? You are the boss because of that. And for some of you, it might be looking at, okay, how can you know, what have you done what can you do to bring this balance in? What can you do to bring this harmony in? You know, this is a very important time for you, Scorpio. Now, I'm not sure why, but it is. I mean, I don't know why that would come to mind. You know, this is an important time for you, but it is an important time for you. It could be because of marriage or a commitment. You are making that type of commitment to somebody, permanent commitment. So, you know, that could be why it's such an important time for you. Or it could just be because of it's not a new cycle. It's not a new karmic cycle, this. It's not new. It's just, here, sit there. There you go. Perfect. Yeah, there you go. It's not a new karmic cycle that you're in, but you are in one nonetheless. Okay, so this is interesting because it's sort of suggesting that a lot of you have already done the work. It's very interesting. You're already in the process of doing that work. The wheels are already turning for you, Scorpio, okay? This is going to be the outcome. We've still got this card to look at. I feel like this is linked to this. Let's have a look. This is your outcome. Yes, stand up for yourself. You know, you're the boss. This is what the universe is trying to say to you. You've got to recognise why you are where you are. What got you here? And you might not think here is good. You might think, oh, blimey, this is the worst place I've ever been in my life. It's terrible. You know, I've got no money, I've got no man, I've got no woman, I've got no friends, I've got no job, whatever. You might feel like that. You still got to look and recognise why you're here. What challenges did you overcome? What challenges have you been facing that have got you to this point? You know, number sevens are about challenge, okay? And it's a spiritual one. It's a journey that we go within, we find within. And it's a way of, we have to try to keep hold of ourselves. You know, we've got to try to keep this balance and wisdom. We've got to try to keep that with the number 7. There might be other people opposing that or circumstances opposing that. Yeah, in this instance, for some of you, it's like things beneath the surface. So, you know, you've gone through things in your past and you're like not fighting the demons, but you're in a situation now which is it's happy and pleasurable, and you know or you're going to get married and you know you've just got engaged, whatever, and it's exciting for you, but there's things being churned up. Something that's going on is churning up things that you'd thought you'd put to bed, things that you thought you'd got over, things that you thought you'd overcome. This is saying, listen, you are here. You are already a boss. Now, because of what you've already been through. The universe wants you to recognise that. There's going to be something potentially this month that this month, it's on to the 5th of October, that potentially could challenge that. But the universe is saying you need to stand strong. Excuse me, you need to stand strong. Yes, stand strong. That's what you need to do, okay? Finally, we've got this card. This is the outcome or experience. And then this, what did I just say? Stand strong. That's quite funny. But stand strong. You know, you've got the support, and it's because you've already been doing the work, because you've already found some sense of balance, some sense of security, some sense of happiness. You've already found that. Even if circumstances in September have churned up the waters, muddied the waters, you know, brought up things. If you've just been proposed to, for example, you agreed to get married, and then suddenly you're starting to feel a bit weird, and you're saying to yourself, oh, I feel a bit weird. Why? Like, maybe I can't do this. Maybe I'm not ready for marriage. But really, that's your inner insecurities. Yeah, and you've got to find the strength that actually exists, because there's insecurities, but there's also strength. Yeah, there's insecurities, but there's also wisdom and understanding that comes with that. And you've got to recognize the blessing in your experiences. You would not be here. You would not be you if you did not have the experiences that you had to now, to this day. You've got to remember that even if it seems hard and the road is long, the road is long. Tiny likes my singing, don't you, Tiny? The road is long, with many winding turns that leads us to knows where, who knows where. We don't know, Tiny, do we? But I'm strong enough to care. Anyway, that's a song. He ain't heavy, he's my... Anyway, that song. You know, it's a long slog that... I don't know why I'm singing to you. Anyway, it's a long slog that you've been on, Scorpio. It's been a long one, but you're doing so well. You've done so well to be here, to get here. And that road, that journey that you've taken, that's strengthened you. That's made you who you are. So stand in that personal power this month, you know, going into October, because that's what the universe wants you to focus on. That's where your attention should be, and you should be happy and proud of that. And it might challenge you. Some of you might be challenged by the fact that you, oh gosh, I can't see. You know, I don't know how, you know, being abused or being beaten up or being bullied, I can't see how that's any good for anybody. And I'm not saying it's good to experience that. Of course not. Of course not. But you are who you are because of what you've been through and other things, but because of what you've been through. So recognize that you are strong. You are so strong. Okay? Stand in that personal power. Okay, Scorpio, I hope you like that reading. Apologies about the singing, but you know, just came out. Thank you so much for being here. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel. Those people that want a personal reading, it's keywisdomtarot@gmail.com. Thank you so much for being here, my lovely Scorpios, and I will see you all again very soon. Enjoy the rest of September. Take care, my darlings. Bye.